So let's do some universe above and below stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Now here we got a movement going down, and then we got a pullback. Now notice this is the 4-hour chart, and if I go up to the daily, that's a difference of 6 candles. Okay, now a movement down halts a bit, and it spends a good amount of time here before proceeding down. Just imagine how that would look like on a higher time frame. Okay, so let's go into the daily. Let's take a look at that one right there. Where is it? There we go. Look at that. Barely noticeable. Barely noticeable. I'll clean this up so you can see it. There we go. That's the little candle right there. Barely noticeable of how that looks. Okay, now let's do it in reverse. Let's take a look at, for example, this downward movement, and then he had a pullback. Let's take a look at this pullback on how that looks on your 4-hour time frame, which is one time frame lower, which means it's in a multiples of 6. Let me go down to the 4 hours. Okay, let's scroll back to it. And look at that. You see multiple movements in there. Up, hold, up, turn around to a V, pull back, struggle, and drop. Okay? It's got a nice entire trade setup in there. Okay? Now, what about this next thing right here? Would you say this would be noticeable on the higher time frame? If I go back up to the daily, is that noticeable? It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles. Okay, so it's not just 5, 6, 7 candles, but it's how much did it move? Can you visually see it and imagine what it might look like on a higher time frame? The reason why this exercise is so important is if you think about areas like this, you might be looking at it like, oh, we got some green bars, that might be a pullback, let's prepare for sell, sorry. But if you look at it from the big boys perspective, you can almost imagine, without even going to the daily time frame, that they don't notice anything. They don't see anything. And for them, it's like, I can't sell it down there. It's too low in this movement, right? I can't sell it at that price. I need to get some buyers willing to take the price higher so I can sell it to them. But I'm not willing to sell anymore. Okay? So you have to always take into their perspective as well, because the big boys are the ones with more money than this time frame. Okay? Every time frame has its own big boy. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's go on to the next example.